Anthony Albanese played it straight again today at the ALP campaign launch. He must think this small target approach is working for him because here he is in full flight.
Now, Scott Morrison says you don't have to like him, but it's the better the devil you know. Well, here's what Australians do know. They know he failed on bushfires and they know he then failed on floods. They know he didn't order enough vaccines and then didn't order enough rapid antigen tests. Whenever Australia needs a solution, he offers only smirk and mirrors. We can do better than this, so much better than this.
That's a clever line, smirk and mirrors.
Yeah, I liked it. I noted it.
Did it come from you?
No, it didn't.
OK. How did your boy go?
I think he went pretty well. I don't think that these set speech occasions are the things that win or lose elections. You just have to get through them without making a galah of yourself. That's really the aim, and he did that.
We kept hearing from him this slogan, we can do better, the government can do better, Australia can do better. It's clear that after 3 terms, the coalition, you guys have baggage. And it's difficult to fight that baggage at this stage in the election campaign. Is that a problem on the ground?
No, not at all. And if you want to call a AAA credit rating baggage, we'll take it, because we are one of the only countries in the world that still has a AAA credit rating, who has weathered this pandemic better than most other countries. Now, we appreciate and understand that cost of living pressures are very, very real, but we also still have one of the lowest inflation rates in the world. So if that's what Albanese thinks is baggage, that we've had a successful economy that is bouncing back better than ever after the pandemic, well, I think he's been asleep at the wheel.
I'm not a fan, Richo, of this equity sharing scheme where the government goes in and looks after 40% of your mortgage. That is not a good lesson for my 6-year-old and teenage kids.
Well, I don't think it's a bad lesson for them. Look, governments reach in and help you in all sorts of ways.
But that's a big help.
It's a big help, but it's also the biggest single thing that every family faces. Buying a home is becoming something that's out of the reach of ordinary people. And I think Albo's trying to put it back in reach. I don't see that that's a bad thing.
But don't you have to give buyers, prospective buyers, a hand up, not a handout? It's welfare. It's $5 billion in welfare.
And it's for 10,000 people per year.
Yeah. It's not much of a target group. 10,000, not a lot of people.
10,000 people. It's not exactly hitting them.
Isn't the home scheme that you've got affecting 50,000 now?
Over 60,000 at the moment. And that's not handing people out money. It's not taking equity in their home. It's certainly not pushing up the housing market, which is exactly what this will do. We know that when we saw the first home buyers grant come in, the prices went up by the price of, the home buyers grant. You guys say we're going to put 40%, the government's going to pay it. Well, what do you think is going to happen to housing prices, which is just going to make it more unaffordable for families to be able to break into the market?